COVID-19 variants.
As the pandemic continues, variants become the latest concerns, but variants are complicated. Each one is made up of a collection of variations, all which have the potential to change SARS-CoV-2 virus in unexpected ways.
So what do scientists mean when they talk about variant? And what do you need to know about this? And what might this mean for the future of our pandemic?
Ian, do you need to know about this? And what might this mean for the future of the pandemic?
The virus that causes COVID-19 evolve over time. When a virus replicates or makes copies of itself, it sometimes changes, which is normal for a virus. These changes are called mutations. A virus with one or more new mutations is referred to as a variant of the original virus. We can avoid and beat this pandemic if we have social distancing.
What are the viruses and how they spread?
COVID-19. This virus spreads between people who are in close contact with each other.
How quick and who are usually their targets?
A person can be infected when droplets containing the virus are inhaled or come directly to mouth, nose, or eyes. COVID-19 usually target older people and those with underlying medical conditions such as heart problems or high blood pressure.
Last question. What is a variant?
A form or version of something that differs in some respect from other forms of the same thing or from a standard.
Mark, what do you think causes a virus to change to a new variant?
The virus is widely circulating in a population and causing many infections. The likelihood of the virus mutating is increasing. The more opportunities a virus has to spread, the more it replicates. And the more opportunities it has to undergo changes. Most viral mutations have little to no impact on the virus' ability to cause infections and disease. But depending on where the changes are located in the virus genetic material, then they may affect a virus properties, such as, for example, it may spread more or less easily or severity. For example, it may cause more or less severe disease.
Why do viruses mutate?
Viruses rely on a host to survive and replicate. They invade the body of a human or an animal and bind the host cells to allow their own genetic material to enter the cells. The host's own cells read the genetic code and replicate it, making more of the virus. The new virus then leaves the cell in search of another host to infect. Sometimes, when that genetic code is being translated into proteins, a piece of code gets changed. This is called a mutation, and they happen.
Eunice, what impact do the new variants of COVID-19 virus have on vaccines?
COVID-19 vaccines are currently in development or have been approved or expected to provide at least some protection against new variants because these vaccines elicit a broad immune response involving a range of antibodies and cells. Therefore, changes or mutation in the virus should not make vaccines completely ineffective. In the event that any of these vaccines prove to be less effective against one or more variants, it will be possible to change composition of the vaccines to protect against these variants.
Have these variants spurred travel restrictions?
Yes, on January 26, the US began requiring all airlines passengers entering the country to test negative for COVID-19. No more than 72 hours before departure, President Joe Biden has also extended travel bans restricting on non-US citizens from traveling to the US from Brazil, South Africa, the UK, and at least 27 European countries according to the New York times.
Hoko, what is WHO doing to monitor and understand the impact of virus variants on the efficiency of COVID-19 vaccines?
Has been tracking mutations and variants since the start of COVID-19 outbreak. Our global SARS-CoV-2 laboratory network includes a dedicated virus evolution working group which aims to detect new changes quickly and assess their possible impact. Research groups have carried out genomic sequencing of COVID-19 virus and shared this sequence on public databases, including GISA. This global collaboration allows scientists to better track how the virus is changing. WHO recommends that all countries increase the sequencing of the COVID-19 virus where possible and share data to help one another monitor and respond to the evolving pandemic. WHO has also established a SARS-CoV-2 risk monitoring and evaluation framework to identify, monitor, and assess variants of concern. It will involve components like surveillance, research on variants of concern, and evaluation of the impact on the diagnostic. The framework will serve as guide for manufacturers and countries on changes that may be needed for COVID-19 vaccine.
Are there currently any variants of concern?
Authorities in Vietnam have detected a new coronavirus variant that is a combination of the COVID variants, first identified in India and the UK and spread quickly by air, the health minister has said.
Hoko, do you think that the vaccines work against the variants?
The short answer is yes, they do. I also this past week received the Johnson and Johnson vaccine. And a lot of people were concerned because part of the Johnson and Johnson trials were conducted in South Africa where the B.1.351 variant is circulating commonly. What that study was found was the efficacy overall was little bit reduced when that variant was present. But overall, the vaccine remains very, very protective against severe disease, hospitalization, and death. Really, in the trials, it was 100% effective against those more severe negative outcomes.
Kurt, what should you do?
The same advice about stopping the spread of the virus is even more crucial now with cases peaking and more infectious variants spreading. The appropriate action is crucial. Follow the existing procedures for mask wearing, social distancing, and minimizing the number of potential lines of exposures. Say C.R. Dickerson. Now is a good time to consider upgrading your mask.
How about you, Nis? What do you think we should do to avoid COVID?
Practice physical distancing by staying 6 feet or 2 meters apart from those not in your bubble. Refrain from gatherings of any kind. Wear your mask in any situation where you cannot stay 6 feet or 2 meters apart at all times, especially when indoors. Wear well-fitting, good quality mask in your home if someone in your home is ill, and stay apart from them as much as possible. Travel only for essential reasons such as medical appointments. When possible, designate one household people to do essential errands such as grocery shopping. Wash your hands frequently thoroughly with soap and water. Please carry hand gel with you for times when soap and water is not available. And avoid touching your face with unwashed hands.
Thank you so much for listening to our group discussion.